tall, leads the conference in blocks. So we have the two leaders in blocks in the Missouri Valley Conference with Anna Miller for Drake and Promise Taylor for Southern Illinois. And also the two best point guards in terms of assist-turnover ratio in Q Love for Southern Illinois and Katie Dinnebeer for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs like to go inside early. They got 52 points inside against Southern Illinois in the match down in Carbondale, won by the Bulldogs 87-73. But Coach Bond White says that will not happen today. It cannot happen today, she says.
Got to put the defense on the Bulldogs at home. They were so big in the first quarter in their last outing against Missouri State. Shot 68% from the field.
Dinnebeer with the drive. Bair kicks it out, and it's going to be too late, and the 30-second shot clock expires on Drake's opening. Q Love's an outstanding point guard. Brown, Randall, Williams, and the 6'5" Promise Taylor make up their starting five.
Williams just became eligible in the second semester after transferring from USC.
She guns a three and knocks it down. She missed the last 3 ball games with a knee injury, but steps into it and is ready to go. The Drake lineup the same as it's been in recent ball games.
Thursday, 7 of 7 from the field, 8 rebounds to go along with 18 points.
Lanaya Randall getting that foul for Southern Illinois, so the Bulldogs on their second possession against a very tough defense by Southern Illinois. And from over the defense, the shot by Berg won't go. The Bulldogs know that with Promise Taylor inside, they're going to need some three-point help today rather than rely on their high-low post for a majority of their shots.
It may be hard for the Bulldogs to replicate those 54 points in the paint that you talked about, Larry, that they had against Missouri State.
Sarah Beth Gildner brings it to the top. One of the two seniors, Maggie Bair, the other, will be honored after the ball game. Bair catching it, giving it back to Gildner. Again, the shot clock winding down. It goes in the paint to Bair with 7 on the shot clock. Promise Taylor, who leads the conference in blocks, blocks 1, blocks 2, but this time there's contact, and a foul is going to be called. Either. As she knocks both of those down. Southern Illinois coming in with an 11-17 record overall, and a lot of talent there, especially when Promise Taylor gets the hot hand.
Yeah, Williams, nice drive and dish there for the Salukis.
Now, Anna Miller takes it to the baseline to score. As you mentioned, Miller coming off an outstanding performance against Missouri State on Thursday night.
Good to see her showing some toughness there in the interior. Got a little contact and finished the shot.
Miller, 18 points, did not miss a shot. 7 of 7 from the floor, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks. She will now step out for a moment as into Courtney Becker. Becker comes in to take her place, and this is what Allison Pullman likes to do, likes to bring her starters out with about 2 minutes gone in the ball game, get them rested, and right back in there. Mason, the freshman point guard, into the lineup for Southern Illinois. The scoop shot won't go by Lanaya Randall, and the Bulldogs come up with the rebound. Berg into the lane, all the way to the rack, and cannot score. Put it up there just a little bit too hard, and Lanaya Randall, the sophomore from Wichita, there for the rebound. Quickly at the other end, the shot won't go by Jadalyn Mason.
So tough to guard. So Lukey so far doing a really good job of getting back in defense.
Well, Kelly Bond White told her team today, you're going to get back on defense or you're going to get back on the bus.
It's a long drive back there in the Carbondale.
Bair has been red hot behind the three-point line. Misfires there, but she had hit 9 of her last 14 three balls. Love in the paint, dishes it off for Mason, and she scores. Very talented freshman from the Kansas City area, from Blue Springs, Missouri, Jaden Mason.
Yeah, Mason started the last time these two teams played.
So between Q Love and Mason, two outstanding point guards for Southern Illinois. Pass was intended for Becker. It's picked off by Love. Love averaging 4 points, or 4 assists, I should say, per ball game, and just 1.7 turnovers. Her assist turnover ratio is 8th best in the country, first in the Missouri Valley Conference. Taking it to the paint is Lanaya Randall on a nice speed.
What a nifty little play. Catches it at the elbow and just turns and gets to the hoop.
Gildner misfiring badly on the 3 ball. Becker tries to save and doesn't get the job done, so it will be some.
That luxury against UNI. Some of these players already played a lot of minutes Thursday night.
Good point that you make. Bulldogs bench slightly undermanned today because Ashley Iams not able to play today because of a practice injury, but hopefully she will recover quickly for the Bulldogs. There's a shooter, but again from the field, 61%, 8th best in the country. She's hit all 4 of her free throws to bring the Bulldogs back to within 4. No good on the 3 shot by Williams, and the rebound comes to Hawthorne.
And 4 Salukis across the half-court line before the Bulldogs. See that concentration on getting back.
Bair tries to get underneath and hits the under part of the basket, as she does, and the foul is called on Tamara.
Really a prolific shot blocker in the nation and, of course, in the MVC.
Bair has 6 points all at the free throw line. She has already drawn 3 fouls against Southern Illinois. The Bulldogs down early by 5, backed within a pair as Q Love brings it to the top. Tried to get the ball inside, it's through the hands of Nard, picked up by Drake. Hawthorne brings it into the offensive end. And going for the takeaway is Jaden Mason, and she picks up her second foul. So
Bulldogs want to play, right? So this is interesting because Saluki's definitely taking away the transition game right now. So now what? What's that secondary look like? What's option number 2 and option number 3? So far, it's been getting to the free throw line for the Bulldogs.
Kiara Love, Q Love, coach says she is really the heart of this team, and she's just an outstanding point guard. Nard tries to drive, stopped there by Hawthorne. Feed goes to Williams. Williams tries to get underneath, loses the basketball. Picked up by Miller. And there is Bair scoring.
And that's what the Bulldogs want to do. That's option 1. That's how they like to play basketball, and that also gets this Knapp Center crowd excited.
For Southern Illinois, Nard went down at the midcourt line, just kind of fell down and never really got into the defense before the Bulldogs scored quickly. So Drake enjoying their first lead at 14-12.
Looks like Bair is going to get...
So Drake in the bonus pretty early in this first quarter. Off the baseline, the inbounds play works for Tamara Nard. Nard averages 6 points off the bench for Southern Illinois. Hawthorne lobs for an open Bair. That time the defense got caught napping, and Maggie Bair has already 10 points. 16-14, Drake.
Bair had 20 points and 12 rebounds.
Bulldogs in their matchup zone. The ball goes inside to Promise Taylor, and she has a block by Bair.
Looking at all those double-doubles, 20 and 12 versus UNI. Double-double against Missouri State Thursday, on her way already today.
And Bair gets a figure today about Shamara Williams. She said, yeah, she's missed the last 3 games. She cannot wait to get back in play today. She's shooting up threes here in the shoot-around and just couldn't wait to get back on the court, and she's showing it. Open look for Geldner, won't go. The rebound run down by Randall.
Yeah, interesting move. Randall's going to stay in the game with those fouls.
It's Q Love on top. Lobbing inside for Taylor. The skip pass, a little bit high, but pulled down by Williams. Shot clock hits 10. Bulldogs extending that matchup zone. Shot clock is at 5. Love trying to break it down. She finds Prochaska. The shot is blocked by Taylor McCauley.
A good job by McCullough. She knew the shot had to go up, so she smothered the shooter.
Dinnebeer the other direction. Nothing going there because Love was on her. So she gets that out to Bair. Bair give and go to Becker, and Becker will go to the foul line. 1 out of 2. Offensive rebound almost grabbed by Bair. Tried to pull it down, couldn't, and the ball comes over to Prochaska.
It almost looked like Bair and Gildner were fighting each other for the rebound.
It did. Love directs the offense for Southern Illinois, something she does extremely well. Again, she's a veteran. Number 4 in the conference in assists per games, but number 1 in assist turnover ratio. She just doesn't give it up. From the top, Holmes on the miss, and the rebound taken by Becker. Dinnebeer quickly into the offensive end. Bulldogs try to extend a 3-point lead. Drake's biggest lead has been 4, and now they extend it as Bair knocks down the 3 ball.
What an interesting possession. So I was just going to say how Prochaska stopped the transition by smothering Bair. Well, Bair's like, oh, okay, I can't get the shot in transition. No problem. Let me just pop up to the top of the key.
Bair 10 of her last 16 behind the three-point line. The lob inside for Taylor. Too strong, and the rebound taken by McCauley.
Yeah, great pass to Taylor.
Drake with their biggest lead. Dinnebeer all the way to the basket. That time she got around Q Love, which is not easy to do, and she did for her first basket. And Drake extends the lead. 8-point advantage with 7:05 to play in the first half. Bulldogs red hot on their home floor, 11-2 this year. Undefeated on their home floor in conference play. Taylor comes out to set the high screen, and the follow-away shot not there by Williams. Becker into the offensive end for McCauley. Skip pass for Dinnebeer, and Dinnebeer gets fouled as she drives, and that foul can stay in. And in a game like this, and as physical as Southern Illinois might be, you need those big players like Berg and Bair in the lineup.
Well, 5 Saluki players have 2 fouls as well.
Love back in. Comes around the screen from Holmes. Finds Williams inside Taylor. Taylor scores and is fouled.
After missing.
They lead by 11 as the second half begins. And again, Southern Illinois without their leading scorer. Ashley Jones not playing today, coach's decision. So the Salukis go back to their starters to begin the second half of play. Coming out to set the screen is Lanaya Randall. On the wing, it's Williams. Get the ball inside but can't score it. Anna Miller's there to provide defense and come down with a rebound. Miller lobs inside for Bair. Bair puts a fake on Promise Taylor. And Taylor gets yet another block, her 5th of the ball game. But the ball is retrieved by Dinnebeer. Then she loses it. Lead feed to Q Love, and she will finish. And the first basket of the second half belongs to Southern Illinois.
And the first basket of the game for Love.
Love, not really known as a scorer, averages 5 points a ball game, but a great facilitator. Bair inside Miller. Miller turns, and that time the mismatch as 5'8" Williams was trying to guard 6'3" Miller, and the Bulldogs recognized it.
That high-low so effective for the Bulldogs.
An official's timeout.
From the sideline with a trainer. Maybe a stretch, getting stretched out.
So more likely that the situation. So Southern Illinois now has Mason in, a talented point guard, taken away from her by Sarah Beth Gildner. Gildner looks for the trailer. Bair.
Just when it looked like the Bulldogs might pull it out and run the offense, Gildner does a little bit of a 360 and finds Bair.
Drake's such an unselfish ball club, second in the country in assists per ball game at 20.9. The only team that has more assists is Iowa. So the 2 teams in the state of Iowa. Leading in assists as Lanaya Randall scores. Berg looks for a 3 ball. Rebound is cleared by Randall. Randall, whose dad played in the National Football League after an outstanding career as a running back at Southern Illinois. Her uncle, Uncle Joseph, also played in the Super Bowl, so quite an athletic family are the Randalls from Wichita. The lob inside, Promise Taylor. Taylor with 13 points and 5 blocks. Bulldogs quickly transition to score. Maggie Bair has the first 7 points and 7 of the first 9 points for the Bulldogs here in the second half.
And that's one of the first transition baskets we've seen, at least on a pass, in this game.
And again, I'll repeat the quote earlier from Kelly Bond White. She said, "My players will either get back on defense or get back on the bus." Scoring on the drive, Tyranny Brown. Brown did not score in the first half.
I've ridden a bus to Carbondale as a player. Sometimes we got to fly, and I remember one time we took a bus.
Yep.
It's a long bus
journey,
trip down there. It's even longer if you don't get back on D.
Berg with a 3. Grace Berg with her first 3 of the ball game, her 3rd basket. And Drake ups the lead to a dozen, equaling their biggest lead of the game. Love finds Mason. Mason shoots a pass down low, which was intended for Randall, but the Bulldogs pick it off. Dinnebeer finds Berg running the court well. Berg scores, made a nice catch on the outstanding pass from Dinnebeer, and will have an and one. Drake And the Bulldogs have a 57-40 lead. And Drake right now on an 8-0 run.
Watching Berg play a little bit, she looks like she's having fun today. I saw her smiling a little bit on the bench, even kind of in a miscue with a teammate. Just looks like, that comfort, that maturity that comes with playing on your home court and playing for several years.
Shamara Williams on the dribble for Southern Illinois. Got the starting call today when Ashley Jones was put down by the coach's decision. Trying to go inside is Promise Taylor. She can't hang on, and the Bulldogs get it on the turnover. Points of the day, just 0 of 4, trying to shoot the 3 ball. But is a streaky shooter and can get just as hot as she has not been in the first half.
Yeah, she's a great three-point shooter. 77% of her shots come from the three-point line. She'll hit one.
Maybe right there. Good call. Good call there, Molly. You are correct. And it's a 20-point Drake lead. This one getting away from Southern Illinois, and the Bulldogs on an 11-0 run prior to that basket. Nard with her second basket, her 5th point. Bair looks for the 3 ball, and she's feeling the 3, isn't she?
She's had multiple threes in the last, is it 5 games for the Bulldogs?
Right, the last 4 ball games for the Bulldogs. See, she was 9 of 14 coming in, 2 for 3 today, 11 of 17 behind the 3-point line for Maggie Bair. Off the baseline, it is Promise Taylor to score.
Taylor's so impressive today. 15 points now for the junior on 6 of 11 shooting, make that 7 of 12 shooting. She's got a really nice interior game.
5 block shots, now her high this year, and she's done it twice, is 10 blocks in a ball game. At 6'5", she really does make some things happen. Shot clock inside 10 as Dennebeer comes around the Bear screen. Baseline feed to Becker. Becker with 7 off the bench for Drake, and the Bulldogs lead at 65-44. It was an 11-point Drake lead at the half, but the Bulldogs really spurting here to start the third quarter.
Yeah, you could tell they talked about that transition offense. Just because the defense was stepping up a little bit more than what they saw on Thursday, it didn't mean they couldn't run it, and they're doing it so effectively. Also cutting back door effectively as well here in the second half.
Prochaska misses off the baseline. Baseline feed for Bair, too far underneath, so she'll dribble out of difficulty. She feeds Berg, and the ball is knocked out of bounds, and did they call a foul this season? So a blow for UNI, but you feel bad for her, but the Panthers doing the best they can to kind of overcome that. So Southern Illinois using that second timeout, trying to stop this Bulldog rally, which is, again, a 16-4 run for Drake. And it will be SIU playing with 18 seconds on the shot clock. 3:04 left in the third quarter. Bulldogs trying to go to 19-9. Last year, they won 9 conference games. Today, if they win, their 14th conference win this season. Nard misses off the baseline. Miller there for the rebound. That's her 9th. She has 10 points, so she needs another rebound for a double-double. McCauley to the baseline with a pass outside for Gildner. Hawthorne for 3. Rebound batted in the air by McCauley. Picked up by Miller. She'll put it in.
Does McCauley get an assist for that?
Well, I don't know if she does or not. Most likely not, but she certainly would take one if you gave it to her. Baseline drive by Williams. She can't finish. And there's Miller's 10th rebound, so a double-double for Anna Miller. That's her 3rd double-double this season. McCauley for a long 3. And Southern Illinois will have the ball with 2:15 to go in the third. Sophomore, and just having a terrific season. You mentioned the other day, 18 points against Missouri State. Didn't miss a shot in that ball game. Double-double today against Southern Illinois.
What a great thing for the Bulldogs when you aren't shooting well from the three-point line. Other things are going well. You're shooting free throws, excellent. You're getting shots on the inside and playing some good defense like that.
Taylor from out west, Issaquah, Washington, and comes to Southern Illinois, as we mentioned, by way of Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and Grayson College in Texas. Lob inside to Miller. A great pass from Ava Hawthorne.
There's that no dribble needed offense that's so fun to watch. You seal the entire time and then lead the passer beautifully like they did. Easy shot for Miller.
Lob inside. Taylor can't hang on. Turnover gives it back to the Bulldogs for Southern Illinois. It is
17 assists now for the Bulldogs, on pace to hit that 20-plus assist total that they like so much.
17 assists on 20 baskets. McCauley at the high post for Hawthorne. Hawthorne turns, drives to the basket, has the ball knocked away. It rolls out of bounds, and it will belong to Southern Illinois. Maggie Bair will leave the lineup. I ask, rarely misses one. 21-point Bulldog advantage, 7:05 to go. Drake trying to go to 12-2 on their home court. Their only losses, a buzzer beater by Northern Iowa and the loss to highly ranked Iowa. Those are the only two home court losses for the Bulldogs this season. Holmes swings it in the corner. Williams on the drive, scores off the baseline.
Ooh, crafty shot that time by Williams. A little off-balance floater goes in.
Williams will be back again next year, as it looks like Kelly Bond White will have a lot of good talent returning. Here's Miller inside, getting the pass, putting it up too strong. Taylor for the rebound. She should be back next year. Ashley Jones out of eligibility. She will not return.
Yeah, I feel like the Saluki team has a lot of the pieces of the puzzle, and you see moments of where if this all just kind of clicks for them, this could be a really talented ball club in the future.
A lead feed that time for Mason. Mason just trips and falls and can't catch up to it. The old floor monster there, huh?
Yeah, a missed opportunity.
Prochaska in and Jaden Mason out for Southern Illinois. Bulldogs about to win their 67th game in this series against 30 Southern Illinois wins. Again, Saluki swept the series last year as they went on to win the conference championship. Boy, they graduated some outstanding players. Mackenzie Sylvie, who was their point leader. Abby Brockmeyer, who was number 4 in career points, number 2 in rebounds. Gabby Walker, Caitlin Link. Can't replace players like that.
Yeah, that was a talented team coached by Cindy Stein and her last season, long-time talented coach in the MVC.
And so popular that probably a lot of people who were disappointed their team didn't win were very happy that Cindy Stein did. What a way to go out, ending a very distinguished career. Promise Taylor spins in traffic and scores. Big time move by Taylor.
Yeah, just when it looked like she was stuck, she gets the basket.
Bair sights, shoots, scores.
Wow. Bair now with 23 points to lead all scorers in this game.
She has 3 threes in this ball game. And again, suddenly over the last 4 ball games, she has been deadly behind the three-point line.
Just great she can add that to her game. Just makes her that much harder to guard.
No doubt when the first team is announced in the Missouri Valley Conference, she's got to be on it. Here's the drive and score by Q Love.
Love 4 points now for the Salukis.
Bair swings it from McCauley. Bair gets a return feed and scores again. And Maggie Bair right now pretty unstoppable from the Southern Illinois standpoint. Bair with 25. Her career best, 28. And wouldn't it be great if she were able for her to score on senior day and get that career best?
She's close. Still 4 minutes left to go in this game.
McCauley turns. She finds Miller underneath. Wow. Between Miller and Bair, they have been unstoppable today.
21 assists now for the Bulldogs in this game off of 28 baskets.
And suddenly, nobody can miss.
It's getting hot here on a Saturday afternoon.
It certainly is.